parole to all but 3 inmates, the exceptions being the Boston bomber and the 2 men responsible for the mass shootings at the Tree of Life in Pittsburgh and the church in Charleston, South Carolina. Advocates fighting against the death penalty, including Pope Francis, have been urging Biden to grant the commutations before Donald Trump, whose pro-capital punishment takes over.
Always, shalom everybody. I ask myself that those who are in the Vatican and those who claim to be Christians, it doesn't matter where you are a Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox, whatever you give yourself as a funny, silly title. How in the world he is against the death penalty? Isn't it biblical? Isn't it from the Bible? Are we saying to God, you were wrong? Are we wrong to send to death someone who killed others? So he enjoy eating nice food, warm place, even though he's in jail, but still he's alive. They will give him nice food, he will watch TV, they have entertainment program, they have gym, and he will have garbage people like him in the jail. We are not talking about somebody who did not, pay a driving ticket. We are talking about somebody killed many people. So, the Pope, he rushed asking Joe Biden, please, man, don't send them to death. And now the American, they are going to pay for those who killed many of them for the rest of their life. The punishment usually for when they say rest of life without parole, this is not really true. When they reach certain age, they let them go. So you killed many people. Many of those people, they did mass shooting, killing as many as they can. Many of them, they are rapists. They killed or rape. And then we say, make no mistake.
January, Biden wrote in a statement, "Make no mistake, I condemn these murderers, grieve for the victims of their despicable acts."
Make no mistake, I condemn them, but I'm going to help them to live, and your son is dead. This burden game, I think the Constitution should change. That president, he cannot burden anybody, because this is a shameful act. He burdened his son, and now he is trying to make it like not only his son, his friends, businessmen, rich men, and I'm sure Trump would do the same. Everybody burdened his own friends for all the crimes they did. So if I am not a friend of the president, I go to jail, I stay there for 20 years. And if you have a connection to the president, or the president, you want to do political game and gain, he burden. This Constitution should change. Nobody should have the right to drop the right of a civil human being. Because to explain to you, in case you do not know the law, I study law. I have my first degree in law. Government, they have rights, and individual, they have rights. So when somebody commit a crime, he committed 2 crimes. One against the individual and one against the government. Which means one, he broke the law, and one, he did harm to a human being. The human being, he can drop his charges if he wish, and that if he's alive. Then what will stay is the government right, which is the government is in charge of it. What Joe Biden here, or any other president, they are doing, they are taking the right of the civilians, which those in this case, we are talking about people who died. We are not talking about somebody, he slammed the face of somebody. We are not talking about somebody, he did beat someone. We are talking about people who killed and murder or rape. So make no mistake, I condemn those murderers. If you condemn them and he grieved for the victims, what the heck is that? So how you feel if the victim is your son or your daughter or your mother or your father? What do you mean? Those people are really disgusting. The Pope, Joe Biden, and Trump, if he do same, and I think he will do. You know, it is like, in fact, what I am sure from, that there is many who they are in jail and they are billionaires. They donate to those people so they can get away with their crimes by a signature. In other way, they buy the burden. So if you are a billionaire and you have a case, pending case, or already there's a judgment on you, you send $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, depend how much money you have, to the president, and then he will burden you. I don't know what to say about burden, but this is disgusting, and I believe the Constitution should be changed. However, burden become a part of our government these days.
Be unburdened by what has been, you know, what can be unburdened by what has been. There are those who are unable to see what can be, but there are many more who are able to see what can be unburdened by what has been. Remember Venn diagrams, those 3 circles? Nation has always been that despite the odds and the obstacles, we push to move forward, that we are guided by what we see that can be unburdened by what has been.